Good morning and welcome to Dharavi, India. Today is going to be a bit unique, strange for me. Basically, I met someone online who wanted to help me explore the slum. We have a guide with us as well who can basically help show us around, answer some questions, and hopefully we don't get lost. For me, it's going to be a little bit strange, a little weird. It's kind of a difficult thing. I feel strange going in here with a camera, with many cameras, but I feel my need to travel and experience how people live around the world. That drive is pretty large, I guess. So I kind of want to record this and show you what it's like to be born here. So I'm with Yaresh. He is the tour guide and he lives here. You're 18?
Yeah.
18. So he's helping us through this area, showing us kind of a thing or two about the slum, I guess, how it kind of operates. You said that there's two parts to it. There's kind of the residential area and then there's the commercial area. Within all of the businesses that take place here within the slum, about 60 or 70% is strictly collecting plastic outside in the city, bringing it in and sorting it and then selling it to companies so they can melt, do whatever to make a new mold from it. So lots of plastic everywhere. So apparently we picked the worst day ever to come. The umbrella's gonna fly away. It's a bit wet today. Yeah, really wet. My God. Okay, so far you've shown me kind of how they recycle plastic, recycle aluminum, and actually the paint cans. They kind of have recycling processes everywhere for many different things. So what does your family do? Do you have a specific, does your family do one of these jobs or something totally different?
No, we work out of the slum. Like my mom works in an NGO, like a trust, which work on the children who are malnourished in the slums itself.
Okay.
So they just provide them meals and all the things to make them healthy and fulfilled.
Okay.
And my dad is a businessman.
Okay.
He's an internet service provider.
Interesting. So your parents have, it sounds like, decent jobs. Why do you live here as opposed to somewhere else?
If I talk about myself, I am used to this atmosphere.
Yeah.
Also, my mom and dad are used to this atmosphere. We can afford to move outside, out of the slum, but then too, we have tried many of the time, we are not comfortable outside.
Really?
Yeah.
You like it here?
Yeah, we are good over here.
You're comfortable here?
Yeah, and the slum is situated in the middle of Mumbai.
Yeah. So it's convenient to go wherever you, okay.
It is just 5 minutes walking if you want to go to the school, if you want to go to the hospital, it is just 5 minutes walking.
Interesting. All of these lines, all these pipes down here are the water intake, the water basically, that's the drinking water. And then the cables that run up here is the power for the electricity for the majority of this whole area. So Yash was telling me that the houses, apparently there are, sounds like a few regulations here from the government. You're only allowed to have one story, but apparently some places have three. But the government doesn't do anything about it?
Yeah, doesn't do anything about it.
And you were saying there's also business regulations, like in the residential area, they can't or they shouldn't do business in the residential area that's toxic, and you can only do that in a different area, different part.
In the commercial area, toxic businesses are allowed.
Okay.
In the residential area, you can do only few businesses which are non-toxic. Toxic businesses are not.
Weird. So the government regulates the area, so there's toxic business and non-toxic business. Within the residential area, you cannot run or operate a toxic business, but if you go to the commercial area, which is basically 10 steps that way, you can operate the toxic stuff. I'm quite surprised that the government has any regulation in here at all, to be honest. So there's an area where they bake, basically. They produce a lot of baked goods in here. What was the name of it?
You can say it a puff pastry biscuit. The real name is Khari, Khari.
Does this only get sold within the slum or does it go outside?
No, it go outside as well.
And do other Indians, do they know that it comes from this area or no?
No.
They have no idea?
No.
If they knew that, would they not want to?
Might be a different sort of reaction on it.
Okay.
But however, it is good to taste, doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the outside looks crazy, but if inside is, if you have general Indian standards, then it's not a problem. It's just the idea that it's coming from this area might scare people, maybe. We're walking through a residential area at the moment, and I'm warned, be careful where I'm stepping because there's a lot of potholes and the ground is kind of not sturdy, and I don't want to go through. And then the second thing is apparently there's electricity wires hanging everywhere, and I really don't want to touch one of those. That might be a bad day. And water, oh, we can't fit through here. Awesome. Let me back up a little bit. Some of these alleys are a bit tight. Thanks. Only one person at a time, so if two people are coming, then you can't... Oh my god, my head just touched something very gross. I don't know what it is, but I probably have some really gross stuff on my head. And you can't see me because it's so dark in here. It's very tight. Water is constantly dripping on my head. I don't know, something probably not super clean upstairs. Hello. Bye. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I don't really look inside because I feel guilty. Like I feel like it's an invasion of privacy if I look into someone's house. I don't know. These alleys are... Oh, and I'm getting like gallons of water on my camera. Yeah, very tight squeezes. Looking inside these houses, they're incredibly small. I barely fit through here. Oh my gosh. Somehow we made it out. I will show you. Oh wow. My head just touched this, but I didn't die. There's wires hanging out of it, but luckily that one was not hot.
So we also don't have the private washrooms. So this is one kind of washroom which is provided by the government for us. So we have to use this washroom over here.
What is this behind me?
This is a playground. This is also provided by the government for the children who live in the slum. We are into the leather manufacturing company. So if you know, in India, many of the wild animals are not allowed to slaughter, such as cow, snake, crocodile, elephant, and many of them. So the animals which are allowed to slaughter down, they are like sheep, lamb, goat, buffalo, and water buffalo. So the slaughtering process is not done over here. 100 kilometers away, a place is there known as Devnath. So they just slaughter the animal over there and they just deliver the skin over here in Dharavi. So after that, the skin, like the leather, is put in a machine. The largest washing machine you have ever seen. I will show you. Okay. This is the washing machine.
Sometimes when nobody's looking, do you wash your clothes inside there?
No.
No? Guess not.
After washing the leather, remove the hair out of it and they dry it on the ropes like this. After drying, what happened? All the leather is not in a proper level. They are uneven. So they have the shredding machine next to this room. After that, they apply a color on the leather. After that, they let it dry for at least 1 day. After drying, they put the leather in the softening machine and soften the leather with the help of that machine.
What is the most popular leather here?
The most popular leather right now, it is of the buffalo, water buffalo.
Is this a requirement for the businesses around here?
Not required,
really? Okay.
But if it happens.
I've seen a lot of fire extinguishers around, so I just assumed it was a regulation, but no, it's just they want to be safe just in case.
Yeah, all the time if it happens, they have to use it.
Yeah, good idea. What would something like this cost? A red? 3,200 rupees. So with the current conversion, apparently it's about, you said 47?
Yeah.
About $47 US. And you said it was buffalo skin. Do you have anything else that's not buffalo skin, or is this all buffalo here?
Sheep.
Okay, sheep. Oh, sheep, wow. And a sheep. What is the percentage of, for example, children 5 to 18, what is the percentage that they actually go to school, or do they drop out after a certain year? Like what?
The percentage of children go to school here in the slum, it is around 80 to 90%. Everyone compulsory goes to school, but the thing is, the people like the children who don't have their parents currently with them, so they are the percentage of people who don't go to school. Otherwise, those people who have their parents, their guardians, they all send them to the school.
Is there a certain age where they finally stop, or is it all the way through high school?
No, you have to study for all the time. Like right now, I am also studying. I am 18.
Okay. I
am currently doing my degree.
We are walking to the market. Definitely looks like the main form of transportation is foot. Not a whole lot of driving through here, that's for sure. Obviously here I can see there's so many different types of people, different religions, yeah? Is there ever like problems here? Like does people with this religion get angry at people with a different religion? Is that something that happens or not really?
Not so often. When there is a religious dispute in whole Mumbai, that time it happens, or else not very often. Very rarely, you can say.
You said that there's about 2 million people here, correct? So within 2 million people packed in less than a square mile, you would think that there'd be a bit of, I don't know, tension. So how often have you ever seen like a fight of any kind? I mean, do you see it like once a week, once a year?
In the earlier stage when I was a kid,
Yeah.
at that time it was very often. You can see
Really?
fights, yeah. But right now,
Like what is it, fist fights or what?
yeah, normal fight, not
Or argument.
yeah, arguments and all that.
Okay.
But right now, here in the slum itself, the laws are very strict. You can find all the cops running, like roaming around.
Oh really?
So yeah,
I haven't
you
even
can't-
noticed.
Okay, I will show you.
Okay.
So you can't find all these fights and arguments. And basically, the religious fight you can't even see.
What is the general mindset or thought that people have as they see a tourist like me walking through here? Are people angry? Are people happy? People don't care? Like what are they thinking when they see me or another foreigner walking through here?
Each and everyone have different thinking.
Yeah.
First is many of the people feel happy that tourists are visiting our country. Second of them, many of them are getting annoyed each and every day seeing many of the tourists visiting the slum.
Okay.
And the third one is who are well educated, what they think is if they want to live over here, they will spend the money, right? And what happened, like the foreign country, like the foreign currency is coming over here. So because of that, the economical development is growing.
So they're happy because we're coming and spending money.
Yeah, yeah.
What percentage are frustrated when they see tourists? What would you say?
I can say about 10 to 20%, not too much.
20?
10 to 20, yeah, you can take
Okay,
20.
so there's a few people who don't want me here then, right? Well, this is awkward. So what would people think if I bought one of these houses or rented a house for a week or a month and lived here, for example? What would the people in the area, would that make someone angry? I'm sure you said different ideas and concepts from everyone, but the general idea, what would people think if I did that?
It will not make the people angry, however, however, they will feel happy.
Really?
They will try to communicate with you because you are kind of different than Indians.
Okay,
so they will try to communicate with you, make friendship with you, okay, and try to make you used to this atmosphere.
Really? So they would be kind of helpful?
Yeah, they will be helpful. Definitely.
Oh, that's interesting. It has definitely been on my mind for a while of something that may happen in the future. For a couple weeks, I think it would be interesting to be here, to experience it, to see what it's like, not just to visit, but to live here on a deeper level. So
I will be first helping you.
okay, good. I would need help in the beginning. So you said this is a shop where they check out the patterns.
Yeah.
And you are able to, they measure you and then you say, okay, I like this pattern and now I want to wear this shirt. So they measure you and then they cut everything and put everything together within how long?
In 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes you get custom clothes.
Yeah,
basically.
they just have the raw cloth right now.
Yeah.
You just have to choose your pattern, or else you can just take it from the internet, you can take it from the web and submit the pattern to them. In just 30 minutes, they will just make a customized cloth for you with your measurement.
That's too cool. We need that in America. Yeah, as I look in some of these houses, I see some flat screen TVs. Your first instinct when you see this type of area is a TV would be the last thing that would be purchased, but they are. From the outside it looks rough, from the inside some of these houses are pretty nice inside. So apparently here's where whoa, don't die. So apparently here's where the tour ends, and you asked me what I thought about it. Well, it's definitely interesting. Obviously the first thought I think of is you kind of feel bad for the people who have been born here. There's nothing much that I can do other than observe and kind of show the rest of the world, YouTube, kind of what it's like to be here, exist here, imagine being born here. It's difficult for me to see it all because I'm not used to any of this. You know, the country that I come from, things are not quite like this at all. There's a few rough spots, but nothing like this. So what about you? Like, do you have any desire to either A, move out of this and go to a different part of India, or B, get out of this and go to a different country? Like, how do you feel? I'm more interested in how you feel about this whole thing.
I don't want to move outside the India. It is better to develop the slum itself instead of moving outside, leaving the slum as it is. We are more towards developing the slum in spite of moving.
Okay, so you would rather stay here and try to help out to improve the conditions from the inside out.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely needs a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Gotta keep working hard.
Yeah, not a little bit, more of it. If any one of them, foreigner or tourists visit India, do try to visit the slum over here. Okay, it will be the more interesting part here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been traveling for a while now, and I will say that traveling, especially in Southeast Asia, you learn to appreciate the things that you have back home on a deeper level, that is for sure. But, well, cool. Well, thanks so much for the tour. I appreciate it. Today was a pretty cool day. I spent all day with a local woman who wanted to remain anonymous. And we started off the day in Dharavi Slum, explored that area. After that, she took me to have southern Indian cuisine, where we had to eat with our hands. That was quite the experience. We then visited a Muslim mosque or some type of Muslim point of interest. We then visited the gateway of India, and after that we stopped for some ice cream. It was a pretty interesting day. She was very, very kind, to be honest. She would let me pay for virtually nothing. Which way do I go? Down, I think. Sometimes I get lost. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and remember, your time is running out. Start living. Take care.